Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new here, I am Psychic Bella Love, and you can book your own personal private reading with me on my website, psychicbellalove.com, and you can use coupon code FREE, all in caps, to get an extra 30% off for all of November 2021 in honor of Britney finally being free from her conservatorship. You can also follow me on my backup channel. That is where we will be going live to do live exclusive readings on celebrities once we reach that 1,000 subscribers that YouTube requires of us to do so, and my Instagram. And you can also join my Patreon, which is the only place that I accept requests for celebrity readings at the appropriate tier. We also have exclusive content, videos, uploads, lives. I never share my Patreon content later on YouTube. It all stays on Patreon, and that's where we are completely uncensored and talk about who's who and the Jakumatati and all of that. So if that is something you are into, the information will be linked in the description box below. So I wanted to take a look at just like a couple questions that we didn't answer yet surrounding the whole Britney Spears getting her freedom stuff. One of those is that, is she going to get custody back of her kids? The other one being, is she going to actually do a sit down interview with Oprah? And then there's also been rumors going around that Paris Hilton was trying to get Britney to invited her as a guest, but then wanted her to perform at her wedding and then sign all these film releases. And then supposedly Britney was really offended because it was like, this is how you're treating me after I just celebrated getting my freedom finally. So we're gonna take a look and see what is the truth and what isn't. So let's go ahead and get into it. I already prayed over the cards before we started so that we could just jump right in. So I'm just going to give them a quick shuffle and then start asking about these questions. So Spirit, we're going to ask some questions about Britney Spears. Thank you. We're asking only with the intention and purpose of clarity. Again, Spirit, thank you. Okay. Spirit, can you tell us, is Britney Spears going to regain full custody of her children now that she is free from her conservatorship? Thank you. She pays Kevin Federline a lot of money in child support. I forget exactly how much it is because he's gotten some, increases and stuff over the years. But he's, his lawyer did say that, as long as Britney was in a good space and it wasn't going to put the kids at any sort of danger, that they had no problem giving Britney Spears more time with the kids or going back and renegotiating the custody agreements. But when he made that statement, I think it was maybe a month or two ago, because they were asking him oh, now that Britney's gonna be free, are you guys gonna work something out? But he had said that nothing had been filed as of yet. And I did look online before I sat down to do this, and I didn't see any new paperwork filing. But again, even though Britney is free personally, she also is still waiting for, all of her money to be transferred back into her trust and everything. If you guys have been following that, and if you were having questions about all of her finances and stuff like that, I did do videos on that, so you can go back and look at my Britney Spears playlist. I've been covering this situation for over a year now. So Spirit is saying she's still going to move out of her house. That was the first thing that they were saying. There's a lot of stuff that we haven't seen her do yet. I mean, she's only been free for a week anyways, right? Or not even a whole entire week yet. But what Spirit is saying is there is, you know, I have to wait for all of my money to come back to me and for me to have the same control over it again. So once she does, I feel like that's where we're going to see Britney making a lot more big moves. That's when she's going to go buy a new house. That's when we're going to see her, you know, just celebrating and like living her life after being trapped for so long. As far as the kids go, I feel like there's going to be, you know, as we go through the next 6 months, more and more time that they spend with her. Again, keep in mind, they're teenage boys. So, you know, I don't think that they quite grasp my mom is free and I should be like soaking up every second of it the same way that they would if they were older. So I don't get like immediately like her getting any sort of like full custody, but I do see there being negotiations because I feel like Kevin Federline is gonna have to adjust his financial situation and, you know, maybe make himself a new budget because I don't feel the money coming into him exactly the way that it was in the past is what is showing up. So there is gonna be like renegotiations here and there, like, okay, now we have the kids 50-50. Now I'm going to give you a little less money each month. But Spirit's saying one of the boys for sure is going to end up moving in with her. And it's going to be really kind of similar to how like Denise Richards' daughter moved back in with her dad. You know, it was just this all of a sudden, I'm going to go live with my dad thing, you know, but I don't feel it being because this son, and I'm not getting exactly which one, I don't get it being so much, I hate it at my dad's house. I just get it being more, I really want to go like be with my mom more. So there is going to be something about one of them moving in with her, but this feels like it's probably more like next spring, summer-ish. So while I don't see her getting a full 100% custody, I get there being negotiations that the kids are like with each of them half time. But also keep in mind too, guys, you know, as much as this sucks, and I want to cry as a mom for Britney because she has had the last 13 years of her life stolen from her, but also 13 years of really being able to be a mom and in the way that she would naturally, because obviously every part of her life was being so controlled. We also know that, you know, probably her parenting was as well. But when you've been in a situation like that, it's never advisable unless there is something really bad going on to like completely disrupt the kids' lives and take them out of their schedule and all of that to bring them back to another parent. So I see that being sort of the holdup, that Britney is gonna understand, like, it's not fair to the kids for me to just go to try to yank back full custody from Kevin and take them away from everything that they know and are used to. And Spirit saying Kevin does a good job with the kids. So, I mean, listen, he jumped right up to defend them against Jamie. So, and get that restraining order. I mean, I'm not saying Kevin Federline is a good person, but Spirit saying he is a good dad. So let's give him that at least. So, Spirit, can you tell us, is Britney really going to do this big sit-down interview with Oprah? Thank you. Because when I was reading that post that she put my church-going mother, I got from Spirit that Lynn Spears is like a huge Oprah fan. So even if Britney wasn't planning on doing it with Oprah, she would still say, oh, Oprah is who I'm going to go do my interview with, because she knows that her mom would be like, oh my God, on Oprah of all people, like she's just trying to twist the knife in my back, isn't she? So now I want to see if she really is going to sit down with Oprah, just because, like I said, I felt like that was really her trying to get some digs in at her mom. Spirit, is Britney Spears really going to do a sit-down tell-all interview with Oprah Winfrey, of all people? Thank you. I've already gotten before that she was going to do some sort of sit down tell all interview, but she's probably waiting because I feel like Matthew Rosengart is really advising her very well. I mean, God, you guys, like literally it was like 1 day short of being exactly 4 months since she hired him. He got her out of this conservatorship. So I like, what is everybody calling him? Daddy Rosengart? I saw people say that and I was like cracking up, but I mean, listen, he got Britney off, so we'll call him Daddy Rosengart if that's what. But I keep he does a really good job on advising her. So he told her just to wait until they get more like things settled, you know, in all of the like finalizations before she goes out and does any sort of, you know, crazy tell-alls, because just with the way that everything has been so corrupt, you want to make sure that everything is taken care of. But also there's something too that, you know, this is what's funny. Matthew Rosengart is just so like, I cannot believe these people did this to their child. Like after he's seen all of the, you know, what's really gone on and had these conversations with Britney and has seen all the corruption and all of that. So you guys, I feel like in a little bit of a petty sense, he was like, you know what, Britney, we still don't have all this information back in. Why don't you wait? Because there's probably going to be more to add to the story anyways. You know, but it was just, she's going to have a lot. Here's Britney coming up, being pregnant again. So she's definitely, that is first and foremost on her like plans. And this is the thing that Spirit is saying. Britney would love more than anything to have this sit down interview with either we got married or she's got the pregnant belly, because she also wants to show them like, look, you tried to stop me and I'm living my life and nothing that you did could have held me back. And, you know, I'm out here celebrating, doing all the things that you tried to keep me from. So I do get that there is conversations going on with lots of media outlets, obviously wanting to interview her. Now, keep in mind, I know not everybody likes Oprah, is a big fan of her. I'm not either. But who else is Britney going to interview with, you guys? Because this is going to be such a big thing. And obviously, Diane Sawyer is not an option, right? So there's really not a whole lot of people that Britney could go to that would give her respect to tell her story, and it would give her a big enough platform and enough of an audience for that to make sense, other than somebody who is kind of on that Oprah level right now. Because I mean, what else you can do? Andy Cohen? Like, I mean, that's the thing that sucks. It's like there's so many amazing creators and hosts and everything on YouTube, but they're not at an Oprah level. So and I do feel, once again, Spirit is saying there is something about her family, particularly her mother, having always really loved Oprah. And so it's that kind of like, haha, screw you, I'm gonna go tell Oprah everything that you've been doing to me, because that's your biggest, you know, idol or whatever. So yes, we are getting an Oprah interview, you guys. It could end up maybe possibly going to somebody else, but I don't really know who would have, you know, who would be comparable to that. So and also, before anybody asks, I've mentioned this in other videos, Britney is not in a hurry to get back to performing. She wants to actually have time to live a life and figure things out for herself, because, you know, that was what she was being forced to do. So even though we love watching Britney perform and we miss her and we want to see all of this stuff, she's got like major PTSD surrounding that right now. So give her a break, okay? Now let's see. Let's ask this last question about the whole Paris Hilton situation. Now, Paris Hilton got married the night before Britney was freed. So that's why I was like, would Britney have been able to go to the wedding anyways and perform even like, that's why I was like, this is one of those things where it would be a good salacious rumor because, you know, obviously Britney, I mean, Paris has been very outspoken about freeing Britney and how much she loves her and everything. But on the other hand, the timing seems weird. So I was like, let's just ask and clear that up. And I do have another video that I will be recording and posting about Paris and her husband because it has come out that he has a secret child whose life he's not a part of. So now people are saying that there's something weird about him that they were noticing in the documentary about, or the show about her marriage. I haven't seen any of it. I've just only seen pictures of them together, so I have no idea, but we'll see what the cards and spirit say. So Spirit, please tell us what is going on in this whole Paris and Britney situation. Did Paris Hilton really truly ask Britney Spears to come perform at her wedding? Thank you. Because didn't Demi Lovato end up performing at Paris's wedding? At least I just saw Demi at the pictures at the wedding, but I don't know if she performed. She might have just been there as a friend, but that's what I thought, that Demi was the one who was one of the performers. And if you missed it, you know, Kim had to be there in a long black revealing dress, the same way that Courtney wore, similar to another friend's wedding. And then we all saw Kendall with her pasted on dress at her friend's wedding. I was like, y'all are really out here trying to get all the attention off of the Kylie and Astro World stuff, aren't you? And look at me, I'm being inappropriate at somebody's wedding. Like, Chris is really just losing it, man. Okay. I don't get that she did. I get that somebody else may have suggested it, like, to Paris, but I also get Paris saying no. Like, Paris isn't that way towards Britney at all. So, no. And I also get that Britney was invited to the wedding. However, you know, everybody knew, like, oh, that's Britney's court date the next day. So Paris, you know, understood that it was a long shot that Britney was going to be able to come anyways. But I don't get that she did that. I just want to ask, though, if they are going to, are we going to get a resurgence of 2007, 2006, you know, Paris Hilton and Britney Spears palling around town again together? Let's see. Tell me, what is the friendship between Britney and Paris really truly like? Thank you. Because Paris was one of, you know, kind of the more outspoken people about Britney over the past year. But we haven't really heard Britney say a whole lot, you know, to Paris or about her. But again, I mean, obviously we haven't heard Britney speak a whole lot anyways. I was crying my eyes out last night watching that Instagram video that she did, talking about the people saved her life. Like, oh, it's just that girl, man, what she's been going through. They're in a great place. We will actually end up seeing them together. We'll definitely see, if Britney gets married, we'll see Paris at her wedding. But if we might end up seeing them on like a couples trip together too at some point, I keep getting, because I do get that they want their like boyfriends, well, husband and fiance. I was like, oh my God, you know, Britney's engaged and Paris is married now, but they want the men in their lives to meet each other. And so I don't get that there's any problems between them. I get that they're good, actually. And Britney does have a lot of appreciation that Paris was always and still speaking about her and saying nice things. And same with Iggy Azalea. I think we're going to see Britney and Iggy hanging out too. Because there's so many people, you know, like she said in her, in one of her posts about people who never tried to be her friend anymore and all of this stuff and forgot about her and only started speaking again recently. But Iggy Azalea has always talked about that she thought weird shit was going on in Britney's camp after working with her. And Paris has always said nice things in spirit, saying those are two of the girls that Britney sees like there's some genuine friendship there. So that would be cute. Oh my God, you guys. Like, I kind of want that. Paris, Britney, and Iggy Azalea and like a girls trip together. That would be so cute. So I just want Britney to have the most fun with her life ever. I want her to go to Paris and eat ice cream with Cher. I want her to do literally everything that she's been saying she wanted because the girl deserves it. She's busted her ass her whole entire life and gone through absolute hell. So the rest of her life, she deserves to be absolute and utter paradise. So anyways, guys, I am going to go ahead and wrap that up. I just wanted to ask about those things because I know they've been big questions. I will see you guys all later. If you want to book your own personal and private reading, follow my Instagram, my backup channel, or join my Patreon. That will all be linked in the description box below. And I hope everybody has an amazing day. Bye, guys.